kids, welcome to my channel Engineer Ash Ma'am. In this video, we will see surveying multiple choice questions. Total 50 questions we will see in this video of surveying subjects. So let's get started. Question number 1. The curvature of the earth is ignored in. Answer is in plane surveying. We ignore curvature of the earth in plane surveying because in plane surveying we consider very small area. So that same surface of the area is plane. That's why we ignore curvature of the earth. So answer B is correct for these questions. Or you can see in photo also. This is the curvature of the earth. If we consider very large or very wide area, then we consider this curvature of the earth. If we consider very small area, you can see here, for example, 100 meter square, etc. If we consider very small area, then surface of the earth is plane. That's time we ignore this curvature of the earth. Second question, geodetic surveying is undertaken. There are total 4 options. Let's read one by one. First one is for production of accurate maps of wide areas. First sentence is correct because in geodetic surveying we consider curvature of the earth and we consider this curvature of the earth when area is wide or larger area. That means first sentence is correct. If the area is small, then we are going with plane surveying, and if the area is wide range or wide range area, then geodetic survey. So first sentence is correct. Second is for making use of most accurate instruments and methods of observations. So yes, geodetic surveying is undertaken for making use of most accurate instruments and methods of observations. So second sentence also correct because we are going geodetic surveying for larger wide areas. So requires accurate instruments and methods of proper observations method, etc. Third one is for determination of accurate positions on the Earth's surface of the systems of control points. So third point is also correct because geodetic surveying is undertaken to determine the accurate positions of the Earth's surface with the help of control positions on the Earth's surface with the help of control points. So all 3 points are correct here. So answer D is correct here, all the above D. Third question is, the curvature of the earth is taken into account when the extent of area is more than. We know that we consider curvature of the earth if the area is more, but value is 250 kilometers square. That means if the area is more than 250 kilometers square, if this area is more than 250 kilometers square, then we consider curvature of the earth, or we are going with geodetic surveying. If the area is less than 250 kilometers square, then area is surface of the area is plane, or we ignore curvature of the earth. So value is 250 kilometers square. Answer A. Next question. Surveys which depict the natural features of country are known as. So we know that natural features of country, that means which include all features, hills and depressions, undulating, plain surface, because we know that in country or in earth also, surface of the area is not same throughout. So that time we are going with topographical survey. So answer B is correct for this question. Next question. The main principle of surveying is to work from. So answer is B here, the whole to the part. You know that the main principle of surveying is to work from whole to the parts. First we consider whole area. You can see here whole area. Then we divide into part area. First we consider whole area. Then we divide into part area. So main principle of surveying is to work from whole to the parts. It's very basic and important questions, and it's conceptual questions, and it's the main principle of surveying. So principle of surveying is to work from whole to the part. Next is 20-meter chain is divided into, answer is 100 links. You can see here photo, this handles and chains. We know that we provide tallies after every 10 links. Here first 10 links, next 10 links, 10, 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 10 into 10, 100 links. So answer is B, 100 links. Next question, the end links is considered. You know that this one is the end link. Okay, one link, last one link, or this one is end links. So end link is considered including the length of handle. You can see here, this is a handle. This one is handles. So End link is considered including the length of handle. Answer A is correct. Next is the length of Gunter chain is. We know that we are using, there are so many different chains are available. For example, engineer chains, Gunter chains. So length of Gunter chain is 66 feet. C correct. The diagonal scale is used to read 3 consecutive units. We use diagonal scale for reading 3 consecutive units. For example, units, tenth and hundreds, or meter, meter, decimeter, and centimeters. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Next one is, for ranging a line, the number of ranging rods required is. So answer is at least 3. For ranging any line, we require at least minimum 3 ranging rod. First at 2 at 2 corners, first at 2 end, here second, and at intermediate. So total at least 3 ranging rod required for ranging a line. Or if the area is hilly, then total 4 required for hilly areas. But here hilly is not mentioned anywhere, so answer B is correct for these questions, at least 3. Or you can see here in photo also, I paste photo. You can see here is ranging rod 1, 2, and here intermediate 3. Okay, for ranging a line. Next question, compensating error is proportional to. Answer is root L. We know that compensative errors is errors which may occur in both directions, both positive and negative directions, and which finally tend to compensate each others are known as compensative error. So answer root L is correct for this question. Next is, one link means the distance from. So one link means the distance from the center to center of middle rings. You can see here center to center of middle rings is called as one links, not end links, because in end we consider handles also. Which of the following angles can be set out with the help of French cross staff? You can see here photo, French cross staff. You know that with the help of this French cross staff, we measures 45-degree angles. You can see here, if we extend here and extend here, that this will make 45-degree angles. So answer is 45-degree here. A correct. Next one is, the walking step of man is considered equal to. This one is a walking step of this man, and we consider it is 80 centimeter. Okay, distance when he is whenever any man is walking, or his step, distance between these two legs or the 2 foot is called as walking steps, which is equal to 80 centimeter. We consider why we use, or why this question is falls under the surveying topic, because whenever we measure distance, we measure distance with the help of chain, right, tape, etc., or theodolite, etc. But if you are measuring this particular length without any instruments or roughly, so we can you can measure this length with the help of this walking step. Okay, so just start walking from here and at here and measures distance. If total steps are 100, then 100 into 80 equal to your distance. So that's why this questions is fall under surveying, or it's used for roughly measuring distance. Okay, to measure distance roughly. You can see here walking, or you can measure anywhere with the help of your step. Or you measures with the help of tape also distance between your 2 steps. Okay. After watching this after completing this video. Okay, not now. So answer A is correct here. Next, let's move to the next question. Question number 15. If L is L with a sloping distance and H is the difference of level between two ends points, slope correction is given by. Here is 2 points, point 1, and here is second point, point 2. Okay, horizontal distance between these 2 points is L, and vertical distance or vertical height is H. So question is, slope correction is given by. So slope correction equal to h square upon 2l. Direct formula. Answer B is correct for this question. Next question, the chain survey is recommended when the area is. So answer is C, simple and fairly level. So if the area is simple and fairly level, then we can measure length with the help of chain. If the area is undulating and if the area is hilly type or it's not fairly level, then chain survey is not suitable for that case, because if you place the chain here, then your answer error may occur in that case. So chain survey is suitable only for simple and fairly level area. And if the area is not simple or if it is undulating area, then use others instrument, theodolite, etc. for measuring length. So answer C, simple and fairly level. In chain survey, the area is divided into, answer is triangles. So in chain surveying, area is divided into triangles. Okay. So if this is area, then we divide it into triangles. Okay. So answer B is correct here. Next question. The sketch prepared during reconnaissance survey is known as, answer is index sketch. B. Next question. A triangle is said to be well conditioned when its angle should lie between, answer A is correct, 30 and 120 degree. If the all angles of triangle is same, that is 60 degree, then it's called as ideal triangle. And if the angle is between 30 and 120 degree, then it is called as well conditioned triangle. You can see here in photo 40 degree, that is which is greater than 30 degree, and in between 30 to 120 degree, and the second one is here 80, which is again less than 180, or in between 30 to 180, 120. So it's a well conditioned triangle. And you can see here ill conditioned triangles, which is less than 30 degree, that is 20, and more than, greater than 120 degree, that is 135 degree. So it is called as ill conditioned triangle. So answer A is correct. For well conditioned triangle, angle should be lies between 30 to 120 degree. Next one is the working principle of optical square is based on. You can see here photo of optical square, and working principle of this optical square is based on double reflection. Is based on double reflection. So answer C is correct for this question. The field record of the chain survey is entered in. So in chain surveying, what happen if you have to measure any length, then these values, when whatever value you get while this survey, so we have to enter this all values in field book. You have to carry one field book along with you, and after measuring this distance, you have to enter these values in field book. So answer is B, field book. Your engineers already you are familiar with this field book. Okay, so answer B is correct here. The chain man who drags the chain is called, answer is the leader. Okay. If you are chain man or you are dragging any chain, you know that surveying chain, if you are dragging this chain from particular point to forward direction, then you are dragging this direction in forward direction. That means you are leader. You are dragging this chain in forward direction. You are leader. You are leading this particular measuring instruments, that is chain. So answer is leader. So the chain man who drags the chain of in forward direction from particular point is called as leader. So answer is leader. Okay, so you are leader when while you are dragging this chain. Okay, so answer is correct. Leader is correct. Okay. Leader B is correct for this question. Next, move the next questions. The preliminary inspections of the area to be area to be surveyed is known as. So answer B is correct for this question. That is reconnaissance survey. We know that there are total 4 stages mainly of surveying. First one is primary, second one is preliminary, third one is secondary, fourth one is tertiary. So in this case, that is in preliminary stage, not primary. In preliminary stage, survey inspection is called as reconnaissance survey. So B is correct for this question. Okay. Next question. Now we are going with little bit fast speed because we have to complete 50 surveying questions. Okay. The limiting length of offset depends upon. So answer here is A, scale of floating. The limiting length of offset is depends upon scale of floating. Okay. So A is correct for this question. The main service stations are located on the ground by reference sketches. So answer B is correct here. Next one is, in optical square, the mirrors are fixed at an angle of, answer is C, 45 degree. Next question, perpendicular offset may be taken by setting the right angle in ratio. Answer B is correct, 3-4-5 ratio. If one length is 3, second one is 4, then fifth one is 5. 3, 4, 5. Pythagoras theorem, 3, 4, 5. That is a root of 5 square equal to 3 square plus 4 square. Okay. So, according to Pythagoras theorem, we can set out right angles with the help of this 3 ratio. With the help of this ratio, that is 3, 4, 5, or we can set out right angles with the help of this ratio. Okay. Next one is, for taking oblique offsets which makes an angles of 45 degree with chain lines, the instrument used is, so answer is here C, French cross staff. Next one is, if 20-meter chain gets displaced, if this 20-meter chain is displaced from its correct alignment, if it is correct alignment and it displaced from this correct alignment by perpendicular distance d meters, then the error is given by, for particular perpendicular distance, then error is given by d square upon 40. Answer A is correct. Next question. If wooded area obstruct the chain line, if this particular wooded area obstruct this chain line, then it is crossed by, answer is random line, because it is random objects, it's random line. So answer B is correct here, random line. Next is, a flag is provided on ranging rods when the ranging distance exceeds about. When ranging distance between two ranging rod, if it is ranging rod 1 and second ranging rods, and this is the distance between two ranging rod, if it is greater than 200 meter, that is if it exceeds 200 meter, then intervisibility is not possible in this case. So we have to provide flags. Let's provide one flag here. We have to provide flags on top of this ranging rod for proper visibility. So answer is D is correct here. That is, a flag is provided on ranging rods when the ranging distance exceeds about 200 meter. Next question. The position of point can be fixed more accurately by, so answer is perpendicular distance. Okay. If it is if there is any building, okay, or we have to fix any point. If it is road, then we can positions or fix this point with the help of this perpendicular distance, taking perpendicular distance. So more accurately, if we take perpendicular distance from this to particular object, then it is more accurate compared to oblique distance and crossed and all, etc. So answer is perpendicular offset. So D is correct here. The main object of running a tie line is, so answer is to take details of nearby object, to take an offsets of detail surveying, to check accuracy of surveying. What is answer? Answer is B, to take details of nearby objects. You can see here index sketch. Okay, index sketch. You can see here 4 points denoted by triangles A, B, C, D. It's called as main station. Main stations. And line connecting to these main stations is called as main survey line. Okay. And the longest line connecting to this main station, or which is interior of this particular area, is called as base line. Okay. Base line. Longest line running through this index sketch. It's called as what? Base line. And the line connecting to the main station and this base line, this line is called as base line. Okay. And the line which connect to these base lines or intermediate lines or check line and intermediate points of this main survey line or anywhere, which the main object is called as tie line. It's called as tie line. So main function of this tie line is to show the details of nearby objects. You can see nearby objects. Here is one building, here pond, school, and any particular area. So these tie lines helps to take details of nearby objects. Okay. Base survey line is divided survey parts into two parts, and check lines again is divided into different parts. But this tie line spelling is here TIE tie line. So this tie lines helps to take details of nearby objects. Okay, that is ponds, lakes, and buildings, etc. Next question is, in prismatic compass, the zero is marked on. You can see here photo of prismatic compass. What happened in prismatic compass? Prism is fixed at one side and opposite side uh, side slit is provided, or here cross hairs slit here provided, and whenever you sight any objects or ranging rods, you will get readings of opposite sides with the help of prism. That's why zero is provided at south side, and at north side 180 is marked. So in prismatic compass, opposite readings are marked. You can see here in photo also. At north 180, at south 0 degree, at east 270, and west 90 degree. Generally in survey compass or in readings or in file calculating whole circle bearing, we consider north equal to 0. But in surveying in prismatic compass, 0 is marked on south end. Opposite side, all values are marked on opposite sides in case of prismatic compass, because prismatic compass shows reading of opposite readings at this side. That's fine. Next question. In survey compass, the ring is graduated. This ring in survey compass, this ring is graduated in quadrants 0 to 90 degree. We know that this rings is graduated from 0 at north and 0 at south side, and 90 at east and 90 at west side, and which is quadrants, 4 quadrants, first, second, third, and fourth quadrants. So in survey compass, you can see here in photo also 4 quadrants, that is here northeast quadrants, southwest quadrant, southeast, and northeast. So it is divided into 4 quadrants which varies from 0 to 90 degree. Okay. Next is, the compass box is made of. We know that compass box is made up of which material? So answer is brass. Okay. So answer B, C is brass is correct here. Next is, open traverse is suitable in survey of, answer is in reverse. Okay. There are total 2 types of traverse mainly used in surveying, that is closed traverse and open traverse. If it is pond or lake, then if we travel around this or mark these travels points with the help of theodolite and compass, etc., then this one is closed traverse. And for river, open traverse. Okay, because river is not closed, it's running in forward directions, and pond is closed at one point. So we can close this traverse at same points. If we start from this A point, so we can close this point at same point, that is A points. That's why it's called as closed traverse. And in case of rivers, roads, it is not possible to close because it's going in forward directions. You know that. So it's called as open traverse. So answer B is correct for this question. I paste photo also here. You can see in photo. So open traverse A, B, C, D, E here. Next question. The sum of interior angles of closed traverse is. So sum of interior angles of closed traverse is 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. We know that the sum of these triangles, interior angles of these triangles 1, 2, 3 is 180 degree. Okay. We learn it from school level, 180 degree, and the sum of these interior angles of these rectangles is 360 degree. Okay. So let's prove it now. 2n minus 40 degrees. So n stand for what? So number of sides or number of angles. Okay, so here number of sides is 3 or number of angles 3. So 2 into number of angles is 3. 2 into 3 minus 4 into 90. Okay, so which is equal to 3 to the 6, 6 minus 4 is 2, and 2 nines are 9 to the 18, 180. So 180. Answer is 180 here. Okay, for this rectangle also, 2n minus 2n, n is here 4, 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. Okay, so 4 to the 8, 8 minus 4 is 4, and 9 4 the 360, 4 into 90 is 360. So summations of interior angles formula is 2n minus 4 into 90 degree, which is applicable for all closed sections, that is whatever it is, that is hexagon, polygon, etc. all. Let's move to the next question. Your answer is A, 2n minus 4 into 90 degree. Next question is, at the equator the dip of the needle is. So answer is here B, 0 degree, or you can see in photo also. Here this one is equator, and at the equator dip equal to 0 degree. We know that needle in compass survey, it's look like this needle. Okay, and is pivoted at a particular point. Okay, if this needles is deep, if there is any error, and if deep at any point, then it's called as deep. Okay, then depressions, or it's deep, we call it as deep. So deep at this magnetic equator, and that is 0, and maximum at this magnetic north pole. Second question, at the magnetic pole the deep is, you can see here this one is magnetic pole, and at the magnetic pole deep is maximum, that is 90 degree. We measure it from horizontal to this vertical angle, from this horizontal to verticals, and maximum angle possible from horizontal to vertical is 90 degree. So answer is at this magnetic pole the deep is 90 degree, and this at magnetic equator we measure it from horizontal axis to vertical axis. Okay, so at this magnetic equator deep is 0, and at this north magnetic pole answer is maximum, that is 90 degree. So answer is here 90 degree. The true meridian passes through. So we know that true meridian passes through geographical North Pole and geographical South Pole. I already uploaded video on this topic, so you can watch that video. I'm giving this links somewhere here, so go and watch after completing this video. Okay. So answer is A, geographical survey. So true meridian is line or meridian which is passing through geographical poles. So answer A is correct here. Next question. The line passing through zero declination is called as, is known as, answer is, you can see here in photo, here 0 degree. So line passing through this zero declination is known as agonic line. You can see here agonic lines. Okay. So answer B is correct for this question. In whole circle bearing system, a line is said to be free from local attraction if the difference between the fore bearing and back bearing is. So answer is 180 degree. We know that if it is line, if it is north, south, east, west, and is line. Okay, and this one is if it is fore bearing. Fore bearing is angles which we measure from north direction to forward direction line, and back bearing we measure from north direction to back side of this line. So this one is the back bearing, and here is a fore bearing. Okay, fore bearing. If we extend this line in forward direction, back bearing minus fore bearing, then this line, this angle and this angles will get cancelled because both angles are same. So we will get this angle. Okay, this angle, that is straight line angle, and we know that straight line angle equal to what? 180 degree. So answer is 180 degree. That means in the whole circle bearing, if there is not any local alteration present, or if it is free from local alterations, okay, or there is no any instrumental error, then difference between this fore bearing and back bearing is exactly 180-degree. If there is any local alteration present due to any instruments, magnetic instruments, and if there is any personal errors or instrumental error, then error may occur. Uh, Difference may occur between fore bearing and back bearing. That is 20 seconds, 40 seconds, etc. So if there is no any local alterations and errors, then exact difference between fore bearing and back bearing equal to 180-degree. So answer C is correct for this question. Next question, in the quadrantial bearing system, a line is said to be free from local alteration if the fore bearing and back bearing are. So answer is numerically equal with opposite quadrants. Okay. We know that this if it is north, south, east, west, and here again north, south, east, west, north, south, east, west. Again here north, south, east, west. Okay. And if this angle is 30-degree, okay, then if we extend this line, then this is 180-degree, right? And this one is 30-degree. So this and this angles again become same, 30-degree. Then you can see this angle 30 and this angle is same here, just quadrants are different here. Now north east quadrant, and here west south quadrant, which is opposite of these quadrants. We know that opposite, if it is north and this one is south and east, and if it is west, then opposite of this opposite quadrant of this quadrant is this southwest quadrant, right? Southwest quadrant. Opposite quadrant of northeast quadrant is southwest quadrant. So answer is numerically equal with opposite quadrants. Next is the accuracy of open traverse is checked by answer is here A, that is cutoff line. Next one is the closing error in closed traverse is adjusted by answer is Bowditch rules. We know that closed traverse we use for open for ponds, lakes, etc. If it is not closed at the end point, or if it is if there is any error due to error, if it is not closed, so we can use Bowditch rules for distributing errors. You can see here, if it is not closed here, this is error here. So take horizontal line and vertical lines, then one triangle will form here, and with the help of latitudes and departures, we can calculate this error with the help of Pythagoras or latitude or departure theorem. And this error needs distribute in this all sides 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equally. We have to distribute this error equally in this all sides. So for closing errors in closed towers, with the help of Bowditch rules, with the help of this Bowditch formula, we can adjust that errors, or we can distribute these errors amongst all remaining in all sides. Next question is the line drawn through the points of same declination is called as. So answer is here. You can see here this line is 20 degrees. So all here this line is passing from 20 degrees. So declination is 20 degree. So for this case declination is 15. So for first lines, line drawn through the points of same declination. That means here at all points declination is same. So it's called as isogonic line. Isogonic line. Okay, so line passing, the line drawn through the points of same declination. Same declination is called as isogonic line, and for zero declination is called as agonic line. Okay. So C is correct here. Next question, the angle between magnetic north and true north. Okay, this one is magnetic north and here is true north. On the horizontal plane, which is not constant and keeps changing depending upon the position on the earth surface and time, is called as. So it's called as magnetic declinations. Okay, we know that line passing through geographical or true meridians is called as true meridian, and line passing through magnetic north and magnetic south direction is called as magnetic meridian, and the angle between these two lines is called as magnetic declination. Okay. I already uploaded videos on this magnetic declination with the help of numericals. Go and watch this video also, which is very helpful, which may helpful for you. If the whole circle bearing of line 170 degree 40 minutes, the quadrantial bearing is. So we know that this is north, south, east and west. 0, 90, 180 and 270. That means this 170 degree 40 minutes lies in this second quadrants. We measure it from whole circle bearing, we measure from north direction, so it is this angle. Okay, so that means this lies in east, south and east quadrant. So answer is southeast, southeast first, and southeast. A is correct for this question. So answer is quadrantial bearing will lies in quadrantial bearing equal to south 9 degree 20 minutes east for these questions. Or you can calculate, we measure this quadrantial bearing from south or north directions, whichever is near. So it's this line is near to the south direction, so we measure it from south direction towards east directions. Okay, south to east direction. So these angles, if we subtract, if color pink color, okay, if we subtract this if we subtract these angles, that is 170 degree 40 minutes from total 180 degree, then we will get this, it's called a quadrantial bearing. Okay, next next question is last questions. Finally we reach at the last questions. Vertical angles between the horizontal axis of magnetic needle and the horizontal line at the point is called. Okay, so vertical angle between horizontal axis, this is a horizontal axis, this is horizontal axis and this vertical axis, the horizontal line, the point is called as, so answer is C, deep. Okay, if this, you can see here in photo, this needle, if this needle is deflect, if it is at horizontal axis, if this it lies at a horizontal axis, this needle, we know that it always lies at horizontal axis, but if it is deflect towards vertical directions, so it's called as, this vertical distance is called as deep. Okay, this is straight, if it is straight, and if it deflect, wait, I'm taking pen so that you will understand. If it is needle and it's deflect, like if it's tilt in horizontal plane or in vertical direction, then this distance, this vertical distance is called as tip. Okay, so thank you for watching my video. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay, bye.